Hey, welcome back. Listen to this episode if you would like to learn HTML for free. So, what's HTML? Well, HTML is the basis for all websites that we're using. And it's a fundamental part. If you want to become a web developer, you need to learn HTML. HTML is short for Hypertext Markup Language, and it provides the content that gives the web pages structure. You know, what's a heading, what's a paragraph, what's an image, what's underlined, where is a link to some other page. That's what HTML is about. And learning HTML basics is an important first step in your development journey as a web developer. And even if you don't plan to become a real quote unquote web developer, it's a fundamental skill that all developers nowadays really have to have. And there's a free course that you can take. If you go to teachmetom.com/HTML, just lowercase letters HTML, then I will forward you to a free course from a company called Codecademy, and you can sign up there for a free account. Doesn't cost you anything. Short notice, if you then decide later on to take a paid course, I will get a short commission, but it's really not the point. It's no additional cost to you, and you can take this HTML course that we want to cover today completely for free. And it's really cool. My son is using this website also to teach himself Python. So you're in good hands. So again, what's HTML? Well, HTML defines the structure of a web page, and it's all about tags, what we call. So it's a text document, just like something that you would write in Microsoft Word or an email. But then you structure the stuff that you type there around. This is a heading, this is a paragraph, there's a video that you want to load from another URL there. Here's a bold, something that I want to print bold on the screen. Here's a list. These are all elements that you're using in an HTML page. And if you see any web page on your browser right now, then you recognize these elements. You recognize headings, like headlines, right? Stuff that appears bolder and bigger in a bigger font size than the rest of the paragraphs. You see italics, you see lists, you see tables. Tables are a very important part of learning HTML. You need to understand how you define the structure of a table, how many columns there are, how many table rows there are, and then what's the contents in each of these table cells, as we like to call them, in a single element of this table. And there's tags in HTML to define all that. And you're going to learn that in this free course, in this free HTML course that you can get from teachmetom.com/HTML. What else is there? Well, important part of any HTML page where you would like to interact with it is usually some type of forms, something where the user, the browser, the user that's using the browser, that's surfing to that website. Do you still say surfing? I don't know. I'm a kid of the 90s, so that's kind of what we said, that we're surfing, quote unquote, the internet. But if you display the web page, usually you've got some form and something where you can enter something. Easiest example would be the Google search box. You enter your search term that you want to look for, right? That you want to get websites for. And then this is a very, very simple form. It just consists of this simple single box there. Another examples for forms would be any order form when you're using some e-commerce site like Amazon, where you enter your address and you change the way that you want to pay for your order there. These are all examples for HTML forms. And in this course, you learn how to create a form. And how to define different input elements like a text type or data list types where you can choose one value, radio buttons where you can select one option out of several. And we've got all different types of tags, of all different types of stuff that you can put in a web page, in an HTML page, in order to define how your form is structured. So again, in this free course that you can get, you can learn all about HTML basics that every programmer has to know. And it's really structured in 4 easy chapters. You've got portfolio projects that you can then use to showcase your new skills, like a fashion blog or a wine festival schedule, or a story form. And the structure of this course is, first you learn about these elements, these HTML elements and the structure of every page. Second, you learn about tables. Third, you learn about forms. And fourth, you learn about the semantic HTML, how to write clearer and even more accessible HTML that is presented in the optimal way for the user. You know, if they're using some screen readers or if they've got some visual impairments, then writing semantic, clear, accessible HTML is very important. So how do you get access to that free course? Again, go to teachmetom.com/HTML, and it will forward you directly to that course. You can sign up for a free user account. Doesn't cost you anything. Takes about 9 hours to complete. So you can really take your time and dive into this HTML basics there. And later on, you might choose to do another free course, or you can sign up for a pro account and you've got access to dozens and dozens of professional pro courses. And you even get a certificate if you've completed the course. It's very cool. Again, my own son is using this website to teach himself Python. So it's really, really cool. Get access at teachmetom.com/HTML.